All right, we're back with another one. Now the symptom I have with this is there's no power steering fluid. So normally it should be up here, but now we're leaking. What's the problem? Another sure sign that it's leaking. Turn the car. You can hear the engine running. The pump is going. And it's dripping, Dad. It's dripping. As we say, no bueno. On my video, I'll put it at the top of the screen here. I did replace the power steering pump. That's brand spanking new. That looks good. No leakage coming through here. This is where it connects with the sensor. And they call this the pressure line. It's connected there. The big hose that comes from the reservoir, the bottom here, connects to the power steering pump down there. So that hose there goes to the power steering pump here. So they call this the pressure line hose, as it comes from the reservoir into the power steering pump. And it comes out the pressure line because the pump is going in, so it gets pressurized and sneaks all the way down there. So that pressure line, quote unquote pressure line here, sneaks down beneath, comes over to the front, goes into the rack and pin steering, which is right there. Inserts itself in there. So you can zoom in on that. So it inserts itself in there. So if you didn't know, most cars, trucks have a what they call a return line coming back from the rack and pin steering. I'll show you that in a second here. It comes back, it snakes back this way here. So that's your, believe it or not, they call it a power steering coolant line. So this is coming back from the power steering rack and pin steering, comes to the front of the truck to get it cooled down to these gills. That way when you're driving, it cools it down faster, just as this radiator works. That's how a radiator works. As fluid flows through the radiator, it kind of goes through these honeycombs, and that's how it cools down the coolant. But in this matter, this is just my plow hard wiring harness that's in the way. So it comes through here, it gets cooled through these congregated tubing in the front of the truck, snakes back, and comes all the way back to the reservoir as a cooled liquid comes back here. So see, this is the pressure line I talked to you about, come from the power steering pump, goes to the rack and pin steering. It inserts itself over there to the rack and pin. This is the return line going back from the rack and pin steering. Snakes all the way back. OEM power steering cooler. There's about, the cheapest I found online was $349, and with shipping, taxes and all that, it comes out to about $400. So right now I'm at one of my local automotive stores, O'Reilly, see if they have a aftermarket that will retrofit this one here, because spending $5,000 or $500 on this channel is all about cost saving. So let's see if we can install a aftermarket brand. I'm looking for power steering return hose for 2007 Toyota Tundra. Okay, we're back from O'Reilly's. So what we got here is a universal power steering cooler by Hayden Automotive. It's universal. And I went ahead and bought the return hose also, the aftermarket OEM version of the return hose for this particular truck. So here's the part number. Care for that. So this one is $46. This one was $26. So here comes it comes with a kit. Here's what's the kit. I was quite surprised how small this was compared to what we had up there. So universal power steering coolant comes in. It came with the hoses, so I have to cut to fit. And it looks like a 32-inch piping hose. Comes with the clamps. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to mount these. It looks like it comes with a tie strap, but I don't think that's going to do the trick because it's going to be really hot in front of the car. I don't feel safe doing that. So here's the situation. I'm trying to do this without taking out the bumper. The bolt's way down there. It's like a 12 millimeter. We have to do the hard way, which is take out the whole front bumper, and it's right behind here. So if you haven't already watched the other video how I installed the fog lights, and that's how I took out the bumper and replaced the bumper. All right, let's do this. Okay, so what you're gonna do is a couple pro tips here. You're gonna take these bolts off behind here, 10 millimeter. Take all these off. All the way through in here, 10 millimeter. And then when you get to that, don't do this. I broke the cowling on this, but you can get a 12 millimeter that holds the bumper in here. One there. Here, right there. Both 12 millimeters, and make sure down here you will get these 12s down here too. So you want to hit these 12s. One there. Actually, one there. One here. There you go. Here's our problem. Right there. This is all the work is for, to get this out of here. So here's the real bumper. That's gonna protect your life. This is the fake bumper. This is a chrome piece of cover thingamajiggy. Alright, it says make quick work here, we're losing daylight. I'm gonna take these off. Alright, I'll put back together. So obviously it's the next day. I couldn't do it because it's getting late at night, so I'm actually finishing up. So here's the universal intercoolant. What I did was reuse all the brackets from the original one. Put some cut up pieces of hoses. I had to cut it up to get the old one out. I'll show that in a minute. So we used that. Finagled, actually reuse this too also from the old one. Finagle a bracket to here, that way it's, they say in the videos that this should be nice and loose as far as this part. This will be snug. So this has a little bounce to it, as you can see. So that's what that looks like. So the original one was over here. I got frustrated trying to take it out because this little S curve here got stuck in between the motor over there. So I just broke it off or cut it, whatever. So that's done, that's out. So that's what that looks like. This goes through underneath, comes through here. I connected new here, and then the return hose coming from the vacuum pin steering is right here. It's this hose coming in. So most important, this pro tip is that's coming out from the vacuum pin. Comes here, cools down, circles back, cools down, yeah, circles back. This bottom one goes back to the reservoir. Yeah, because you don't want hot coolant come back to the reservoir. That's the point of that. So we'll test this out, we'll turn it on, put some fluid in, and I put it all back together. I won't film the part where I put it all back together because it's the opposite of what when you first take it out. All right, there you have it. I turned it on, refilled this to code mark. You may have to refill it because once it cycles through the whole system, power steering on, it's pretty good. All right, if you like this type of content where I help you with personal finance and cost savings, this video is cost savings. This was $26, and then the upper hose, the return hose was $46. So be sure to get that. I can't do the math right now, so 46, 26, about $74 for the total package. Like I said, Toyota wanted $500 for the replacement. In addition, another maybe $500 to install. So over $1,000 saved here. I only spent $74 and some, muscle and grit and taking off the front bumper and doing this in. So, all right, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I'll see you in the next video.